everyone, welcome back to the shed. This is Hooked on Classics HQ, where I do a little bit of my work in this tiny little room. So, Cortina wing, that's the donor for it, petrol tank, still got to clean that up. Now, you may remember in the past there was a wooden bench in here, but because I've been doing a welding course, the tutor gave me this bench. Only thing it doesn't have is a top on it, and it's a bit buckled, but it works. So we've got the EcoFlow in there, powering the power and the lights, so that's handy. So I just wanted to show you this chassis rail and explain a bit about what I need to do to mock this up so it looks like the other side. So I've got my gloves on because this is not very nice to hold, and it's quite jagged in places. Anyway, as you would have seen, I have cut this down because it was longer than that. Okay, so from when we were looking at the Cortina last time, we were opening it up from the top, we got to about here, I think. So I am very concerned that the rest of this on the car is very, very rotten. Now, this section here obviously widens and goes into this section, which is part of the chassis leg, where your suspension and everything bolts in. So the only way you can get to it is from above. So there's quite a lot of layers here, but you can see here where it stops. Have I got a tool I can use? Pair of snips, that'll do. You can see that there. That's where the chassis rail, or the rear chassis leg, ends. You can also see it's there as well. So to get to this, to actually do it properly, I need to remove the floor up to that point. So I don't know what's happened to the other leg. I'll have to try and find it, because then I might be able to mock it up against the car from the outside and then try and recreate this. As you saw, my other pieces that I've fabricated, it is doable, it is possible. I can do it. Hang on, let's try and bend that up. That might help, actually. So you can see a bit more. See how weak it is, look. And this is off a, this was from Zuni. God knows why there's so many layers in there. Look at that. There's 3 layers just there. Unless that was welded in at some point. It may have been at some point to do a repair. But I would need to basically mock this up in a reverse fashion. So yeah, it was just a quick little video to show you what it is that I need to make. So there's quite a few weld spots along these things. This bracket here would not be on the rail that I need to replace, obviously, because this is the exhaust hanger. No, is it a tank or exhaust hanger? One or the other, I can't quite remember. But this bit would not be on the passenger side. Now, can't really see too well, but it's fairly rotten, this one. So I'd have to grind it back quite well to find the spot welds. I can see one here. There's one directly there. I think there's one on the end here. That I can't tell any of that. It's just rotten. But obviously there's quite a few along here. But my main concern is welding this rail into, well, actually no, cutting the old one out, because the amount of space you have, because it'd be on this side actually, the amount of space you have between here and the load bed wheel tub, no, sorry, spare wheel well, on this side is very small. I mean, you can get the crocky down there, but that's basically it. You can't really get a grinding disc in, otherwise you'll end up cutting the bottom of the car, but then that is re-weldable. Making excuses, Simone. So, can I remanufacture that the opposite way around? Anyway, a little more look around the shed. So the welder's down there under a bag. And the reason it's under a bag, the bolt's over there, that needs a tidy. Everything else has been tidy, it's just that needs a tidy. So the reason why everything gets wet in here is because this roof sweats and drips. And when I moved in here, the outside of the building hadn't been painted. Well, it had never been painted. The place was built in the 1950s. So all the moisture, all the render on the outside of the building was cracking. So you can just about see some cracks here. And the guys who came around to do all this, they put some sealants in and they did some extra painting up there, and that had already been coated with special stuff. But it was this side that was the major problem, because that was just bare and all the weather hits that side. All the render had cracked, moisture straight through into the rafter. So next door's shed, I had a look in there one day and it was drenched. So my rafter is wet. It is wet. I know you really can't tell, but it's dark wood when it should be light. So fingers crossed the weather. I'm just going to keep an eye on it and see how much it gets wet. You can see dampness up there, look. Get loads of spiders in here too, massive ones. Anyway, back to this. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to clean this up and see if I can do a reverse mock. I don't know. I'll try and find the other one. I can't remember where I put it. Thanks for watching. See you later.